Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Vocabulary TV. Today's video is on an extremely important topic which is tested in almost all competitive exams. It's called one-word substitution. In this question type, we are given a group of words that we need to substitute with a single word. If I have to explain it simply, a word definition is given to you and we need to find the corresponding word from the options. As you can see on your screen, we have provided an A to Z list of various categories so that you don't need to go to any other book or website for revision. You watch this video, revise it once or twice, and that's it. I can promise that the word lists stick to your memory forever. So let's begin. Our first word list is on various fields of study and their specialists. We will learn to identify their names. So, the first one is the study of sound and sound waves. It's a branch of physics and is called acoustics. Second is the medieval forerunner of chemistry. So before chemistry, there used to be alchemy, which dealt with transformation and combination of metals and other matter. And this term particularly refers to people's attempts to convert base metals into gold or to find a universal elixir or magical potions, very much like the Harry Potter book. Third is a very important one. A study of evolution of mankind is called anthropology. Easy to remember because anthrop means man and ology is a suffix which we will find in dozens of other fields of study. That's because in English language, the suffix ology itself denotes a field of study. So anthropology is a study of how mankind has evolved or developed over time, and this includes the study of human societies. To remember that anthrop means man, we can take help of other words like philanthropy, which have this root. A person who specializes in this field of study is known as anthropologist, which is another word to remember. Next one is the scientific study of material remains of past human life and activities. And what kind of remains are we talking about? Well, objects such as tools, pottery, jewelry, stone walls and monuments. Okay, archaeologists are the people who discover remains which are sometimes buried inside ground, and these are the people who find out about the historic and prehistoric people and their cultures, their activities, etc. That's how we found out about great civilizations like that of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, which are now extinct. All credit goes to archaeologists. Next, we have the study of the influence of planets and stars on human events, which is known as astrology. This is an easy one as most of us know about our zodiac signs and love to read up predictions about our future, right? So ology means study and aster means star and all heavenly bodies in general. Now, a quick question just to sensitize you about the fact that ology means a field of study. What's the study of the evolution of man as an animal called? The options are archaeology, anthropology, chronology, and ethnology. All these words end with ology and are various fields of study. Well, we have already done this one. It's called anthropology, isn't it? Next, we have the study of celestial bodies. In fact, it's the branch of science which deals not only with celestial objects, but space and the universe as a whole. Recall, I told you that aster means star and aster can refer to all other heavenly bodies such as maybe comets, and nom. Nom means name. What's the name of the most famous comet that comes to your mind? Did you just say Halley's comet? Who discovered it? Because this comet was named after his name. Do you know it was an astronomer called Edmund Halley who found out about this comet way back in the year 1705. Interesting fact, huh? So that's astronomy. This field of study deals with comets and other celestial bodies. Seventh is the study of flying aeroplanes. It's called aviation. This is an easy one. We all know about the aviation industry. Eighth is the account of a person's life written by another. This is another easy but frequently used word, so we should all know about it. The Greek root word bio means life. And this word also introduces another Greek word root graphia, which means to write. So combining both, biography literally means to write about the life of someone, isn't it? And it's a task usually done by others. Recall, if a famous person writes about his or her own life, it would be called an autobiography. Okay, bio means life and ology means study. So biology is the study of living things. Easy to memorize. The scientific study of plants, this one you can learn, is called botany. So this question is dedicated to the suffix graphy. Any word having graphy suggests writing of some sort. So tell me, what do you call the account of a person's life written by another? We just studied this word, right? The answer is biography. Let's see what the other options mean. Stenography, the art of writing in shorthand. Cartography, the science and practice of drawing maps. Radiography, use of X-rays as an imaging technique for writing down the insides of your body. Okay, the correct answer is biography for this one. Moving on, I can see other words with the suffix graphy right on top. So there is this word calligraphy, which means the art of decorative handwriting. A person who writes in such beautiful writing is called calligrapher. We have the science or practice of drawing maps is called cartography, and a person who engages in this practice is called a cartographer. This is a very old science, but nowadays people take help of many softwares to do that because it's easy to draw a map to scale using a software, right? Study of records to establish the dates of past events is called chronology. Chrono word means time. It derives from the Greek god Cronus. Chronology means dating events back in time. Study of origin of universe, an easy one. Cosmos means universe and ology means study. So cosmology. The use of the fingers and hands to communicate and convey ideas is called dactyology. It's a rare word, but you may memorize it just in case you come across this word in any of the exams. Demography is the next word. Demo means people. Recall that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And the other word, graphy, means to write. So demography literally means writing down the profile of the people, the populace. Simple, isn't it? The study of statistics such as births, deaths, income, etc., which illustrate the changing structure of human populations, is called demography. 17th is study of the relationship between the organism and their environment. Easy to memorize through the eco word. We use many eco-friendly, meaning environmentally friendly products in our day-to-day life. That's the connection of ecology to its definition. Next is again a very important phrase for one-word substitution questions. Study of insects is called entomology. And let me give you a cool memory trick. Entomology can be broken down into entomo, sounding like ant and more, and ology meaning study. And we all know ant is an insect. So entomology is the study of insects. The study and systematic recording of human cultures and their interrelationships. It's a study of human races, people of different ethnic backgrounds. That's why it's called ethnology. It's considered a branch of anthropology. Remember, study of evolution of mankind, anthropology. And the last one is etymology, the phrase for which is the study of the origin and history of words. Just to revise, the Greek root word demo means people. Do you know what's the study of contagious diseases called? We are in the middle of a pandemic, so that's a very pertinent question, isn't it? Well, it's called epidemiology, a word directly related to epidemic. What's an epidemic? An epidemic is a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease in a community at a particular time. And we are going through a pandemic, right? COVID-19 is a pandemic. A pandemic is a disease that is prevalent all over a country or the entire world in our case, that we unfortunately already know now. The word endemic is your homework. Another question on some rare studies and specializations. Do you know what the scientific study of spiders and other arachnids is called? It's called arachnology. Okay, study number 21 and 22 are related to genes. What are genes? Genes carry the information that determines your traits, and your traits are the features or characteristics that are passed on to you, that you inherit from your parents and their parents and their parents and so on. Thank all your ancestors, thank your family lines. The genes are passed on in a family, and therefore the study of family lines or ancestors is called genealogy. And study of genes itself and their variation and heredity is called genetics. Genetics pertains to humans and all other organisms as well. The genetic information lies within the cell nucleus of each living cell in the body. For example, each cell in the human body contains about 25,000 to 35,000 genes. Advancements in genetics can lead to wonders. It can help us cure many diseases, particularly those that run in family lines. So enough of genes now. Next word is geo. Geo means the earth. So mapping of earth's crust is physical features like rivers, mountains, deserts, etc. is called geography. We all study it in school. While geology is the study of the whole of earth itself. Geology is the study of earth, its rocks and processes by which they change over time. To make out the basic difference between geography and geology, just remember the base roots. Geography deals with what all is written over the earth's surface. And the answer is deserts, plains, mountains, rivers, oceans, islands, etc., etc., right? Geography. Geology is the study of whole of earth, even its core and rocks, etc. 25th is the study of old age. It's called gerontology. One question with words that look like fields of study, but in fact are not. This is an often repeated question in English exams. What do you call the philosophical study of knowledge? Select the one word substitute for this phrase. Well, the answer is epistemology, and I have a wonderful memory tip for you to memorize it. Let's break apart the word epistemology. Epi means upon, stem from, ology is study. Any study stems from or comes from is based upon the knowledge in a particular field. That's the knowledge connection of this word. So, epistemology is a branch of philosophy that deals with the theory of knowledge and how to reach it. The other three words, even though they end with ology, aren't studies at all. Apology is an expression of regret for having done or said something wrong. Ideology is a collection of ideas or beliefs shared by a group of people, while anthology is a collection of writings or stories or poems or even plays. An example of an anthology is a book that contains many of Shakespeare's plays. The study and science of handwriting is called graphology. Since we have already studied so many word roots and we know that graph means to write and ology means study. So combining these two, graphology literally means the study of handwritings, right? The therapeutic use of sunlight is called heliotherapy. Helio means sun. So use of sunlight for health benefits is heliotherapy. The art or practice of garden cultivation and management is called horticulture. Study of the law of the flow of water and other liquids is called hydraulics. The word root hydra means water. And the study of fish is called ichthyology. Here's a memory tip for you guys. Ichthyology sounds like fishology. Similar sounding words, and it's easy to remember that ichthyology is the study of fish. The theory or philosophy of law is called jurisprudence. Perhaps if you know the origin of this word, it will be easier for you to memorize it, right? So here is the origin. This word jurisprudence was invented by an English jurist named Sir Thomas Littleton, who said, "For a farewell to our jurisprudent, I wish unto him the gladsome light of jurisprudence." He said these words as a valedictory address. Valedictory address is farewell address for another jurist, Sir Edward Coke. And by doing so, he welcomed two new words into English, the word jurisprudent and the word jurisprudence. In 1628, his jurisprudence meant knowledge of or skill in law, a now archaic sense that reflects the literal meaning of the word. Nowadays, it of course means the theory or philosophy of law. The practice of compiling dictionaries is called lexicography, and a person who compiles dictionaries in various fields is called lexicographer. Printing using a stone or a metal plate with a completely smooth surface is an art known as lithography. Study of collection of coins, tokens, paper money, medals, etc. is called as numismatics. This is an important one, numismatics. Next is again an important one. A study of birds is called ornithology. It's a branch of zoology, and a person who studies birds and specializes in this subject is called ornithologist. So just to give you a break from all those difficult words, here is one phrase which I am reasonably sure that all of you know about already. What do you call a science that deals with the atmosphere, weather, and weather forecasting? You see it regularly on TV. So can you guess it? Well, it's called meteorology. Study of structure and function of bones is called osteology. The study of fossil plants or animals is called paleontology. The scientific study of bodily diseases is called pathology. The Greek word root pathos means suffering or disease. So it makes sense. Pathology is literally the study of diseases, bodily diseases. The branch of science concerned with the origin, structure, and composition of rocks is called petrology. Study of languages and their relationships is called philology. Phil is a root word meaning love. So, philology is literally love of learning. But the meaning of philology in contemporary sense is study of languages and their relationships. Here is one more word that I would like to point out. It originates from the word root phil, meaning love. Bibliophile, the word means a lover of books. One who reads books voraciously and is a lover of books is called bibliophile. A study of the body and its functions is a word called physiology. This is an easy one. The word physical means relating to the body. So physiology literally also means the study of the body and its functions. Next is an important one. Systematic study of election trends. Whenever an election happens, this happens. It's called psephology. And a person who is a specialist in making predictions about election trends, doing a systematic study of election trends, is called a psephologist. Study of earthquakes and related phenomenon is called seismology. A study of God and religion is called theology. This one you should know because the word root theo is very important. It means God. The word root theo means God, and the same word root also comes in other words like theist and atheist. An atheist, recall, is someone who does not believe in God, right? Theo means God. Theology is the study of God and religion. The scientific study of the behavior, structure, physiology, classification and distribution of animals is called zoology. This one we all know. Now we come to the section of medical practitioners. A physician who specializes in heart diseases is called a cardiologist. The doctor who attends to minor ailments of the feet is called a chiropodist. Well, pod means feet and chiro means hands. So chiropodist literally is a specialist who attends to ailments of the hands and feet. Though it's mostly feet where you have problems like corns. So chiropodist is the one who attends to them. A physician who specializes in diseases of skin is called dermatologist. Derma means skin. So dermatologist is obviously the doctor of the skin. The doctor who specializes in root canal and nerve treatment of the teeth will be a particular type of dentist. This we can infer. Endodontist is the name of such a doctor, right? Any word ending with dontist is a particular type of dentist. So endodontist is the one who is obviously taking care of the internals of your teeth, like root canals and all. A physician or surgeon dealing with diseases of the female reproductive system is called gynecologist. Specialist in the anatomy, functions, and organic disorders of the nerves and the nervous system is called a neurologist. The doctor who attends to child delivery is called an obstetrician. Now, you would perhaps like to know what's the difference between a gynecologist and obstetrician because both seem to be doing similar kinds of jobs, right? So, well, a gynecologist is a doctor who specializes in women's reproductive health, while obstetricians care for women during their pregnancy and just after the baby is born. They also deliver babies. So a person who is a combo of gynecologist and obstetrician and obgyn is trained to do all of these things. The scientific study of the structure and diseases of teeth is called odontology. The doctor or specialist who treats eye diseases, this is an important one, he is called ophthalmologist. A dentist who is qualified to treat irregularities in the teeth and jaws. And if I have to put it in a simple way, he is the one who straightens your teeth. He's called an orthodontist. Okay, the word we just did was orthodontist. And the next word is orthopedist, who is a specialist in bone or skeleton disorders. How will you differentiate both words? First, find out what is common to both words. Obviously, the prefix ortho is common to both words. Ortho means straight. It's a root word, means straight, like bones in a body, bones that make up the skeleton. So orthopedist is the one who is looking after, who is taking care of your bones, right? And orthodontist has the word dentist in it. So it refers to a particular type of dentist. This is how you can differentiate both words in your mind, and it will help you recall the meaning of both words whenever required, right? Specialist of diseases of infants is called pediatrician. A medical practitioner specializing in the diagnosis and treatment of mental diseases is called a psychiatrist. A person qualified to treat diseased or injured animals, he is the one who takes care of diseases of animals, is called a veterinarian. So just to revise, select the word which means the same as the group of words given. What is a physician who specializes in the diseases of skin called? And we have done this before, right? What's the word for skin? Derma, right? So the answer is dermatologist. Now we come to the last part of our video, which is experts in other areas. So here is one question which I have seen being asked at least 3-4 times in different exams. What is the word which means the same as the group of words given? And the group of words is a person who knows many foreign languages. Look at the options, they are very close. A linguist, a grammarian, a polyglot, and a bilingual. Well, the correct answer for this question is a linguist. A linguist is a person who knows many foreign languages. He is skilled in foreign languages. While a polyglot is a close choice, but polyglot is not the one skilled in foreign languages. It's a word for a person who knows and is able to use several languages, not essentially foreign languages. A grammarian is a person who studies and writes about grammar, while a bilingual is a person who is fluent in 2 languages. Just consider the prefix bi, it means 2. So it's easy to infer its meaning. Bilingual means skilled in 2 languages. The correct answer here is linguist. A person who presents a radio or television program is called an anchor. A person who designs buildings and supervises their construction is called an architect. A person who is trained to travel in a spacecraft is called an astronaut. A person employed to drive a private or hired car is called a chauffeur. An expert in writing by hand is called a chirographer. A person who composes the sequence of steps and moves for a performance of a dance is called a choreographer. A person who introduces the performers or contestants in a variety show is called a compere. A keeper or custodian of a museum or other collection is called a curator. A person who sells and arranges cut flowers is called a florist. And one who walks on ropes is called a funambulist. So one word substitution question for you. What is the one word for one who is in charge of a museum, zoo, or other such exhibits? Can you recall? We have just done this word. The correct answer is a curator. Expert in analyzing handwritings for determining personality traits is called a graphologist. This one also you can memorize easily because graph we have discussed, it means write, and ology means study in a particular field. So graphologist is literally someone who studies handwritings, and by studying handwritings he can determine your personality traits. One who supervises in the examination hall is called invigilator. Vigil is a proper word in English. It means being alert, being cautious, keeping a watch over someone. So invigilator literally is someone who keeps a watch over you as to whether you are cheating or not. And he is the one who supervises in the examination hall. A person qualified to prescribe and dispense glasses and contact lenses and to detect eye diseases is an optician. You have regular optician shops in the markets wherein you can have your eyesight tested and you can get your glasses made. An optician is different from an ophthalmologist, who is the proper doctor of eye. Um, the next one is one who presents a radio program is called a radio jockey. An artist who makes sculptures is called a sculptor. And the last one for this video is, what is the one word for someone who loads and unloads ships? This is not on the list we have just studied, and deliberately so. The answer is stevedore. Captain is also someone on the ship. He is the commanding officer of a ship, but he will not do such menial jobs. Spinster and rustic are unrelated words. Spinster means an unmarried woman past the usual age for marrying, while rustic is an adjective which defines something, which describes something relating to the countryside, something which is rural, or something which is very, very plain and simple in style. Friends, that brings us to the end of this video. Hope you liked it. We are going to publish many more such videos on one word substitution pertaining to other areas. So stay tuned and keep watching, and do share the videos with your friends and colleagues to help us grow and keep us inspired. Subscribe our channel, and thank you.